I am Dr. Aditi. Namaste everyone. I'm the consultant Ayurvedic physician for Ayurveda, and today I'll be talking about the role that Ayurvedic herbs play in prevention of different respiratory illnesses, especially that of COVID-19. Before I move on to the main topic, I want to stress upon something very interesting. When we talk about immune system of the body, when it comes to respiratory illnesses like this, we should also stress on mucosal immune system of the respiratory tract that David rightly pointed out. So most viruses, they use host mucosal surfaces as their initial portion of infections. Viruses outside are dead, but once they get attached to the mucosal surfaces, that's when the replication begins. And the respiratory tract has the body's second largest mucosal surface area. The first largest is the digestive tract. The second largest is the respiratory tract. So a thorough understanding of the unique nature of this mucosal immune system in respiratory organs is therefore very important in dealing with infectious diseases, including viral infections. The air we inhale is not always harmless. It contains microbes, it contains some environmental particles, some of which can cause respiratory disease if they reach the appropriate target. So these inhalants need to be eliminated quickly by our immune system, and any failure to do so leads to inflammatory responses that result in swelling of the airways. The airways start closing, and that leads to pneumonia and several other complications. And understanding the coronavirus, there are a few things that we need to keep in mind, which is we need to keep our immunity, which is respiratory immunity. Lungs should be healthy, our lungs should be clean, and most importantly, our digestive fire, which is Agni in Ayurveda, should be steady. Please note that any advisory given today does not claim to be a treatment for COVID-19 whatsoever. The first combination that I want to stress upon in Ayurveda is called as Trikatu. To those who don't know what Trikatu is, it is a very wonderful combination of three herbs, that is black pepper, long pepper, and dried ginger powder in equal quantity. Now, there are you must be knowing people around you who always suffer from congestion of sinuses, throat, chest, who have history of asthma, and such people, for them Trikatu is really, really good. What it does basically is that it reduces chronic inflammation of the mucous membranes in sinuses, throat, and lungs. And apart from that, it also aids in digestion. It corrects constipation, abdominal bloating. If there is any impaired appetite, it corrects that as well. It strengthens metabolism, and also it is a very, very good immune modulator. It has proven antiviral effects, of course, not against COVID-19, but yes, antiviral. Then there is expectorant effect that is required in diseases like COVID-19, and also a very, very good anti-inflammatory potential. Mix that powder in organic honey and you can consume it twice or thrice a day. Now, I know that all of these remedies are generally regarded as safe, but just a word of caution when we use this combination of long pepper, black pepper, and dry ginger powder. Some of the most common side effects is heartburn and acidity to those who are having a pitta constitution or those who are having inbuilt acidity in them, because all of these herbs are heat inducing, so we have to be very, very careful with the dosage. So always use this in a lesser dosage. The next herb that I'm going to talk about is Ayurveda's gift to the world, which is Tulsi, basil, that is Osum sanctum. And there is tons and tons of modern research that has told that Tulsi is antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal against many, many pathogens. Now, what's the best thing about this herb is that the immune system interaction with this herb makes it very, very attractive for respiratory illnesses like cold and fever. It has antimicrobial potential, it has immunomodulatory effect, which helps in prevention of many common cold and recurrent infections of the throat, flu, productive cough, and bronchitis. Apart from this, it also enhances appetite and is also a digestive stimulant. I'm suggesting a decoction of basically two things. That is, you can, in 2 cups of water, you can put around 5 to 10 tulsi leaves. You can add few pinches of dry ginger powder in it, reduce the quantity to half, and the decoction is ready. You can add honey, for a slight amount of honey for tasting it. Now, the next herb is what Prasanna was talking, and my most favorite herb, planet, that is Guduchi, Tinospora cordifolia. It is a universal immunomodulator. It works by stimulating B and T lymphocytes. And another unique feature of this herb is that it is antispasmodic as well. The reason why I'm telling that is in cases where in lower respiratory tract infections, where there is a lot of congestion, there is tightness of the intercostal muscles, Guduchi is very much helpful in relieving stiffness of intercostal muscles during infective period. How to use Guduchi or Tinospora as medicated water? You have to take the fresh plant. The powder is not as effective, it seems. You have to take the fresh stem of Guduchi, around 10 centimeters stem of this length. You have to peel the external cover of the stem, wash it, and then put it in around 1 to 2 liters of water. You can boil it for 5 to 10 minutes, filter it, and use this medicated water for drinking throughout the day, preferably in lukewarm condition. Next, I want to talk about is curcumin, which we use as a common spice in Indian household cooking. Curcumin is documented to reduce airway inflammation. It actually is known to reduce inflammation at a very molecular level. And in addition to this, there is antiviral and antioxidant potential for this herb. So the way I recommend it to my patients is that I tell them to take 1/4 to half teaspoon of curcumin, just fry it for around 30 seconds in 1 teaspoon of ghee, and add few pinches of black pepper powder. The reason why I'm adding black pepper here is that black pepper increases bioavailability of curcumin, so it enhances the activity of curcumin that we need. So just in pinches, I ask them to add it. And on this combination, that is ghee, curcumin and black pepper in pinches, it helps in early recovery from most of the respiratory illnesses. Next, what I want to talk about is, we all know jeera, that is cumin seeds, but today I want to talk about the medicinal effect of black cumin seeds, which is Nigella sativa. Nigella sativa, it suppresses inflammatory mediators in majority of respiratory system disorders. Not only that, it shows a highly relaxant effect on tracheal smooth muscle as well. So very, very useful in asthmatic patients. And there were various experimental as well as clinical studies that showed antioxidant, immunomodulator, anti-inflammatory, antitussive, and bronchodilatory effect of this cumin seeds. The way or method to use this in dosage of 1 to 2 gram powders. You can take it with warm water. And also what everyone needs to understand is that these herbs, they all work, keep our gut clean. Gut immunity is very important. Gut microbiome normalcy is maintained by these herbs, and any dysbiosis in the gut microbiome has been implicated in many, many lung diseases, including allergies, asthma, cystic fibrosis, etc. Also, there were many studies that were done to show that the role of probiotics in lung disorders, probiotics play a very, very important role with positive effect on lung health, and Ayurveda already has a deeper understanding on this. To conclude, I just want to tell everyone that try to drink lukewarm water throughout the day. For guidelines regarding medicated water are separate. They change from individual to individual. You can talk to your Ayurveda doctor regarding it. Avoid cold foods like ice cold drinks, curds, bananas, frequent head baths that are known to increase the morbid kapha in the body, which makes you prone to inflammation and infection again. While we may not be able to stop the outbreaks of new strains of virus or bacteria, today it's COVID-19, previously it was Ebola, swine flu and all of that, but what is in our control is that we can always build a fire shield, we can always strengthen our immune system, we can always learn new ways to reduce inflammation and reach towards an infection healthy free body. What I have mentioned here are definitely general guidelines, so you can contact your Ayurveda physician for personalized recommendations. And to the section of audience who are watching us right now, we are always available for your queries. You can write to us at contact@ayurveda.com and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So hope this little piece of information was used to you. Thank you all for listening. That's